respected dignitaries, esteemed colleagues, parents, guests, and students. We, Shivangi Prasad and Raj Parekh, will be your host for today. We welcome you all for the Convocation of SVKM's and MIMS Center of Excellence 2021 held in a virtual mode. It is indeed our privilege to host you all on this momentous day, marking the convocation ceremony of the very first batch, class of 2019-2021. So, to begin with, we would like to congratulate the graduating class of 2021 for the successful completion of their postgraduate diploma in management in the field of business analytics. We would like to extend our very warm welcome to everyone, parents, faculty members, and staff of Center of Excellence, Analytics and Data Science, who have joined us online to witness today's ceremony.
Today, the 25th day of September 2021, is a historic day, as we are currently the part of first ever convocation of SVKM's and the MIMS Center of Excellence. Now, ladies and gentlemen, may we present to you the guiding lights of NMIMS for being always there to give our students inspiration and courage to live a life of excellence. It is our privilege to introduce the members of academic procession, nominee of Honorable Chancellor and Vice Chancellor of NMIMS deemed to be University, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, our respected chief guest of the event, the Managing Director of ACCENTURE Operations, Mr. Omkar Phadnis, distinguished Pro Vice Chancellor of NMIMS deemed to be University, Dr. Sharad Maheshkar, respected Registrar, Dr. Meena Chintamanini, respected Director of Center of Excellence, Analytics and Data Science, Dr. Sridhar Vaidyanathan, office bearers and faculty members of Center of Excellence, Analytics and Data Science.
I would now like to request the dignitaries on the dais to inaugurate today's event by lighting the auspicious lamp, followed by Saraswati Vandana.
Ya kundendu tusharahara dhavala ya shubhravastranvita ya veenam varadandamandita-kara ya Shweta Padmasana ya Brahmachyuta Shankara Prabrutibhir Devai Sada Pujita Saman Patu Saraswati Bhagavati.
Thank you, all the dignitaries. And I would request everyone to please put their right hand on their heart for the NMIMS anthem.
We are a part of this.
On behalf of SVKM's and the MIMS Center of Excellence, we would request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, to present a memento to our chief guest for today, respected Omkar Phadnis, as a token of appreciation.
Thank you, sir. Now, we would like to invite distinguished registrar of NMIMS deemed to be university, Dr. Meena Chintamanini, to take the proceedings of the event forward.
I request Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, nominee of Honorable Chancellor, SVKM's NMIMS, to declare Convocation of Center of Excellence in Analytics and Data Sciences 2021 open.
I declare the Convocation of Center of Excellence in Analytics and Data Sciences 2021 open.
Thank you, sir.
Now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, to give the welcome address.
Well, chief guest for the day, Mr. Omkar Phadnis, Managing Director, ACCENTURE Operations. Dr. Sharad Maheshkar, Pro Vice Chancellor. Dr. Meena Chintamanini, Registrar. Dr. Sridhar Vaidyanathan, Director and Professor, Center of Excellence in Analytics and Data Sciences. Members of the Board of Management and advisors to the Chancellor, members of the faculty and staff, graduating students, proud parents, and invited guests watching the live streaming. Welcome to the virtual graduation ceremony of SVKM's NMIMS Center of Excellence in Analytics and Data Sciences. I join everyone in welcoming you to this ceremony. Let me say that we all miss being with you in person on our campus to celebrate the first convocation of the Center of Excellence. It is my great pleasure to welcome our chief guest of the function, Mr. Omkar Phadnis. And sir, a warm welcome to SVKM's NMIMS University. I also welcome office bearers of SVKM Trust, university officials, faculty colleagues, staff, proud parents to celebrate your achievement today. My heartfelt congratulations to all the students who are graduating. Well, you joined this extraordinary institution through a rigorous selection process, and you decided to come to this institution to explore and enrich yourself. You made new friends, explored new horizons, and engaged in a whole range of academic ventures. Today, you graduate from this university as an enriched person with outstanding achievements. You graduate someone having gone through a rigorous curriculum and after testing yourself. The data analytics skills built by Center of Excellence during the 2 years period have enriched you with the analytical skills to convert challenges into benchmark in business world. You graduate someone who has had his learning journey through developing analytical thinking, problem solving, and research skills. You also graduate someone who understands the importance of collaborative processes and working with empathy. The school has added value not only in your learning journey, but it also has added to the footprints of the university. You are going out in the world with excellent NMIMS credentials. Your parents must be delighted today, and NMIMS University gratefully acknowledges their contribution to making it possible for you to reach this stage. Every completion has a new beginning, and the accomplishment of your graduation today marks a successful and proud entry into your future endeavors. As you embark upon your journey, I would like to extend my best wishes, hoping that each one of you finds a feeling of contentment and pride in everything you do. I am sure your great efforts and achievements will help you achieve great things in life. Your credentials will take you to much higher places, and I am sure you will prove yourself and contribute to making the world a better place. The concluding phase of your graduation and months following the pandemic outbreak turned out to be quite unprecedented for all of us. The pandemic required us to confront challenges on so many dimensions. I believe that we have many reasons to have enormous pride in how you handled and how we handled the challenges and this change. I must acknowledge the tremendous support you and your parents provided to the university in these difficult times, and we remain grateful to the support you provided. We continue to face this pandemic, but we look forward with great hope and optimism now and in the times to come. NMIMS, like all institutions across the globe, confronted with an unusual, extraordinary situation. The pandemic required us to teach, learn, and work remotely. We experienced the real VUCA world. I think if this word was not invented in 80s, it would have been invented now. We interacted with most of you through our synchronous and asynchronous virtual learning. We remained conscious of making the virtual learning process highly engaging and effective. The university rose to the challenge of this emergency. Everyone rose to critical leadership position. I am proud that we all worked together, supported each other, and wherever needed, engaged in problem solving and coming with innovative solutions to deal with the challenges effectively. NMIMS has come a long way since March 2020 in excelling in delivering all our programs and academic requirements virtually, doing research, interacting, and holding virtual meetings, and carrying out the university's work. We continue to excel in our team approach and have a very high level of commitment. I thank all for wholeheartedly supporting the academic continuity plan, which the VC office under the leadership of Shri Amrish Bhai Patel put in place. Through a distributed leadership approach, we implemented the directions effectively. The support received from everyone, students, faculty, staff, and all university departments, and our determination and resolve demonstrated our resilience and leading from the front. Through the efforts of everyone, we ensured completion of our academic sessions using online, virtual, synchronous, and asynchronous learning mode, completion of evaluation and examination on time, declaration of all the results, which enabled students' progression to the next academic year of the program. We ensured the progression of the students who were in the final year were not impacted and ensured their placements go effectively. I may say that we ensured continuity of our activities in severe disruption situation with bold face. I sincerely thank the faculty and staff of Center of Excellence for wholeheartedly supporting the academic continuity plan and seamless delivery of curriculum during the difficult times. At this juncture, we still await clarity on how the pandemic will unfold in the future, what new uncertainties and challenges we may confront. Yet, given our strengths, I am sure that we will meet the situation with great confidence. One thing we learned in the process is that disruption and change are nothing but to become different. Your learning experience while at the NMIMS must have altered your perceptions about the world and yourself. Your learning will continue to be the lens through which you see the world and handle the change and disruption with resilience. Remember, the change and disruption are omnipresent. It will transcend you, build you, and most of all, will help you grow, and therefore seize the change and disruption. Given the constraints we were put in, we have leveraged the technology to effectively deal with the change situation. We faced several challenges on the way. We addressed them, and we assured all our stakeholders that university values safety and security. One thing which helped us to ensure we come out of the present crisis with the least unintended consequences, and we feel that we learned many new lessons that you may find helpful in your future endeavors. First is the distributed leadership and teamwork approach. Supporting each other and volunteerism ensured facing these changes with the least resistance and disruption. The disruption also put us in a situation where we did not have a rule book or previous experience to address the new situation. We all faced unstructured situations where the solutions were worked out after an in-depth understanding of the processes and exploring the way forward. I would like to encourage you to see how the distributed leadership around the organizations has become an effective tool in handling this disruption. Second, you will face external VUCA, but at the same time, you will face an inner VUCA world. To deal with this inner VUCA world, as you move forward, make sure dealing with volatility, you develop an attitude of responding and not reacting. Handling uncertainty, make sure you are not allowing your fears to avoid taking risks. To address complexity, ensure you are able to see and perceive with clarity. And make sure you spend some time on contemplation and meditation to quiet your mind enough to make meaning to handle the ambiguity. I have found that putting your knowledge and your skills through these positive attitude tests, these 4 positive attitude tests, will be helping you to face this inner VUCA world effectively. On this day of your convocation, we fondly share with you, our graduating students, about our achievements and our future aspirations. NMIMS is very proud to see the contribution of Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrish Bhai Patel, our trustees, our faculty, our staff and students, our alumni, and all our stakeholders taking the NMIMS to new heights. NMIMS is a 4-decade-old premier university in India. Over these years, university has emerged as one of the most credible institutions of higher learning, as reflected by several rankings, ratings, stakeholder confidence, and reputation. 5 of our engineering colleges received ABET accreditation, and I congratulate everyone on this achievement. Our global partnerships with leading universities of the world, signing of several MOUs, and recognition of international faculty for their contribution to NMIMS research and teaching and strengthening the research culture of an MIMS. Students have made a mark by winning several awards at national and international levels. I congratulate all the teams and mentors who made these achievements possible. NMIMS University has started many new programs in the area of entrepreneurship, data sciences, psychology, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Our students and alumni are highly sought after in national and international firms for their contemporary approach towards defining the problems and solving them with highly evolved tools, analysis, and communication skills. We recognize the contribution of all our alumni to the industry and to the society. Let me say at this moment that we continue to strive best. Our new path is to reinvent ourselves and invent new things. We are determined to pursue our goals of knowledge creation, which is relevant and applied, helping society to know the unknowns, demonstrate the leadership and meeting expectations in knowledge creation, enhancing teaching and learning systems through our assurance of learning system and outcome-based education system. We also try to strive for making NMIMS known and recognized for its academic excellence and making the university the most preferred institution of learning. And we also try to strive aligning the stakeholders and meeting their aspirations. Years from now, when you look back, I assure you that you will feel nothing but proud of your alma mater. May I close by saying, we really live in challenging times. Great events are on the march in the world today. This is no time for defeatism. This is a gripping time, and anybody who believes in things and who would like to see a life of happiness and contentment ahead need to join this battle. God give us strength to face this challenge and give you the strength to do the best in life. Do good things and make sure you create a legacy, and one day you can say with pride that you did extraordinary things. Always remember, Center of Excellence is yours. The university is yours, and it will always be yours. God bless you and all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us. Now, I would like to invite our respected Director of Center of Excellence, Dr. Sridhar Vaidyanathan, to present a board overview of the Analytics and Data Science and the annual roundup for the academic year 2020-2021. Sir, the floor is all yours.
Chief guest for the convocation, Mr. Omkar Phadnis, Managing Director, ACCENTURE Operations, nominee of the Honorable Chancellor and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, SPKM's NIMS University, distinguished Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sharad Maheshkar, SPKM's NIMS University, respected Registrar, Dr. Meena Chintamanini, SPKM's NIMS University, Honorable Managing Committee members of SPKMs, respected deans and directors of various schools of NIMS, esteemed invited guests, beloved colleagues, dedicated staff members, dear graduating students, proud parents, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to you all. On behalf of faculty, staff, and students at the Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science, SVKM's NIMS University, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you for the virtual convocation ceremony 2021. It is a momentous occasion for the Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science family to have Mr. Omkar Phadnis grace the convocation as our chief guest. Mr. Omkar Phadnis is one of the thought leaders in operations domain and strategist who leads the AI and analytics team, and he is at the happening end of human and machine collaboration in executing the tasks. We are very happy to have you here for the convocation and awaiting to hear your convocation address, sir. Thanks for being here and accepting to share your motivating thoughts through this digital medium to the graduating batch of 2019-21 to achieve more. It is my proud privilege and pleasure to present a brief report of the past 2.5 years gone by, including the genesis of Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science, programs offered, the academic progress, activities and achievements of Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science. And about the genesis of Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science, we live amidst the radical data revolution, aka AI revolution, which has brought unprecedented changes in the way we carry out our day-to-day activities and responsibilities. I am certain that more than 90% of every human breathing soul on the earth has accepted the digital revolution by proclaiming these 3 sentences. Am I audible? Can you see me? And is my screen visible? The inference from those powerful 3 sentences is only one thing. That is, the digital revolution is here and it is here going to stay. With the COVID pandemic started in March 2020, fast forwarding the pace of the data science adoption in every walks of our lives in the form of digital wallets, OTT entertainment, contactless delivery of almost all services, WhatsApp as the business drivers, the terminology citizen data scientist is no more will be a buzzword. Bitcoin, drone delivery, and augmented reality would occupy the center stage in the years to come, irrespective of COVID pandemic is staying or not. In this Internet of Things era, where humans and machines are going to coexist, decisions are largely going to be driven by data. In the current scenario, to compete better and to reduce the turnaround time for the decision making, it is essential to integrate methods of business analytics into organizations' decision making process. Forbes reports that 83% of the business leaders globally has identified analytics as their top priority. Recognizing the need to bridge the data science skill gap, the visionary leadership team of SVKM's NIMS established the Center of Excellence in Analytics and Data Science in 2018. The center aimed to become the beacon in the field of analytics and data science and functions to foster growth in the ability to read, analyze, and argue with the data for building a culture of analytics within the institution and across the country through education, research, training, and consultancy. The formal pursuit of building the analytics culture started with the goal to develop the analytics talents among the aspiring minds of our nation. NMIMS, with its 40-year legacy in management education, recognizing the need to cater to the demands of the data science industry, started 2-year postgraduate program in business analytics in the year 2019. The program was well received with the first batch consisting of 91 students from various undergraduate disciplines enrolling for the same. The well-crafted program delivery interspersed with the contemporary pedagogy, focusing on learning by doing, project-based evaluation, practitioner sessions, a learner-centered summer and winter internship programs, projects, and hackathons, mentored by seasoned experts and dedicated faculty members, capstone projects, data-driven entrepreneurial initiatives, along with dedicated placement support, made the program an instant success. One of the cornerstones of the program is learning from the practitioners and establishing industry connect. The aim of which is to learn contemporary tools, techniques, and current best practices in the data science domain to keep abreast with the rapid advancement in the analytics area. This was achieved by conducting continual engagement with the industry experts. In the past 3 years, the center has hosted as many as 30 invited talks, master classes, leadership talks, webinars, and workshop sessions. Most of the speakers were in the role of chief data scientists, vice presidents, director, and alike from varied sectors such as supply chain, consultancy, online retail, online food services, telecom, and consultancy, to name a few. To quote a few companies, these are the companies who have visited, people who have visited us for delivering various talks: BCG, KPMG, Accenture, Sony Research, HP, ITC Infotech, IBM, Deloitte, Grameener, Swiggy, Havels, Pidilite, to name a few, as I said. Apart from the webinars, the master classes, the leadership talks, the elective subjects are co-taught by the industry practitioners. The practitioners were involved in every stage of curriculum design. Also, they were involved in evaluation of projects, which provides excellent value addition to the students to keep abreast with the current trends of the industry. The state-of-art infrastructure at Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science, SVKM's NIMS, complemented the learning experience of the students, and it included computing facilities, e-resources, Bloomberg terminals, academic databases, Harvard business case studies discussed in the most of the courses, data analytics lab equipped with latest analytical software, cloud computing infrastructure, and a big data lab. The students of the first batch of business analytics program exhibited their passion in the domain of data science by participating in various data contests, hackathons, and case study contests across the nation. With the able guidance from the faculty members and the industry practitioners, our students have participated in 32 competitions in academic year 2019-20 and have brought laurels in those to the school. Some of the distinguished achievements were they were the national winners for the case study competition conducted in the domain of marketing and strategy by Daily Corridor, happened in July 2020. They were the winners in a big data analytics sector context, where they presented a research paper under the event name VCHAR WebFest, conducted by Wellinkar in February 2020. They were the winners in consulting and strategy sector on case study conducted in supply chain challenge, Pick My Cart, conducted by Goa Institute of Management, Goa, to name a few. Amidst the COVID situation, the students still continue to participate in various national and international level hackathons, case study competitions, and research paper presentations through virtual mode. For the past 3 years, our students have participated in 90 competitions and have won accolades at various levels of competition with success rate of nearly 40%. The core strength of COE, Center of Excellence, always have been its diverse professors, each with over 2 decades of experience. All faculty members are experts in their chosen domain and have an excellent publication record. Additionally, most of our professors work closely with industry-driven consultancy projects. To name a few, Dr. Sridhar Vaidyanathan, Professor and Director of Center of Excellence, has presented a paper on COVID-19 impact on higher education. Is it a old wine in the new bottle? Ground Zero Perspective from Students' Online Learning Experience at the conference organized by IIM Bodh Gaya on Post-COVID Management Strategies, Recovery, Resilience, Adaptation, conducted on 23-24 April 2021. He also conducted 3 sessions on analytics for the in-house faculty of NIMS, and he was a resource person at the MDP organized by Center of Executive Education, School of Business Management, NIMS. And Dr. C.B. Abraham, professor at Center of Excellence, has got the chapter entitled Composing Music by Machine Using Particle Swarm Optimization. Co-authored by him, it is accepted to be published in the book Computer Assisted Music and Dramatics, Possibilities and Challenges, which is going to be published by Springer Nature. He contributed to the development of course curricula of various courses in data sciences, computer science, information technology, and mathematics of institutions mathematics for institutions like NIMS, University of Mumbai, so on and so forth. He was a chair at 17th Workshop on Natural Computing and Applications at the 22nd International Symposium of Symbolic and Numeric Algorithm for the Scientific Computing, organized online by the University of Timisoara, Romania, during September 1 to 4, 2020. He is presently guiding 4 scholars in their PhD in computer science at University of Mumbai. Dr. Rohit Malhotra, Assistant Professor at Center of Excellence, was a session chair at the International Conference AIB 2020 India Conference, organized by IIM Vizag during 2021 December 2020. He presented 3 research papers at the international conferences during the year. The one titled How South Asian Economies Manage Their Trade Risk Collaboratively, an empirical inquiry, was presented at IIM Vizag as well. In its aim to provide holistic education, COE hosts students from diverse academic backgrounds with impeccable records in curriculum and extracurricular activities. Some of the added advantage of NIMS COE are the opportunities to work with diverse group of peers, collaborative learning with highly motivated and experienced students, opportunities to network with vast pool of successful alumni, chances to participate in various student clubs to express their unique skills and talents, and the scope to form various special interest groups. Finally, COE takes pleasure in placing its students in a broad spectrum of analytics profiles for internships and final placements with reputed companies in data science domain. Our students have an average work experience of 24.3 months and mostly from engineering background. And from the placement side, the highest CTC for the first batch was rupees 16.19 lakhs, and for international it is US dollar 24,000. The internship stipend was as high as 2,50,000 with the average stipend of rupees 75,000. And they were accommodated in various roles during placements. The roles like Manager Analytics, Business Analytics Associate, Business Analyst, Deputy Manager Analytics, so on and so forth. There are as many as 40 plus companies across various sectors such as analytics, ITES, consulting, e-commerce, BFSI, retail, FMCG, media and advertising, telecom, manufacturing, automobile, and real estate were the companies who came for our placements. One of the big four company, KPMG, provided our students both internship and full-time opportunities. We also witnessed international offer from Netherlands-based 1 to 10 offering the role of BI consultant. Other analytics-based firms were Analytica, Fractal, Soroco, SG Analytics, SAS, Persistent, Lead Squared, Nuvve, Neil Analytics, Nielsen, SG Analytics, to name a few. Leading companies Lenskart, Swiggy, Subex, Octro, Cars24, Piramal Glass, CBRE, Dow Chemicals, Panasonic are all among the placements provided companies. The BFI SA witnessed the maximum number of offers with the top firms like Axis Bank, Axis Financial, HDFC Life, HDFC Ergo, ICICI Lombard, Kotak Bank, and RBL Bank being the first few companies recruiting in the placement season. Top financial firms like Angel Broking, AGS, Reliance General Insurance, RBI, Tata Capital, Sharekhan, along with new age financial institutions as Early Salary, Razor Pay, Lucky Loans, and Paisa Bazaar also were part of our placement process. The dedicated placement team provided pre-placement training, encourages the active involvement of student placement committee in the placement process, and secures compensation packages matched with the best in the industry. The placement team also provides industry input that helped COE to constantly update the curricula to account for the current changes and trends in the industry. This enables each of our programs to have an industry-relevant curriculum at all times. In short, the postgraduate program in business analytics is benchmarked against the best in the world and differentiated by the industry-driven curricula, which focuses on the employability of the students. The learnings and the initiatives taken for the past 2.5 years have helped a great deal in restructuring our business analytics program structure. From this academic year 2021-22, the program structure was revamped, inculcating the latest developments and the needs of the data science industry. The admission is on the rise for the MBA BA program year on year, with more number of students applying for the program explains the success of the program. This year, we have 145 students on campus as we speak, and the admission count for the forthcoming batch of students looks encouraging as well. It has given us confidence that we at Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science are propelling in the right direction in our journey of excellence to build data scientists of future. To add one more feather to the cap of Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science, from this year onwards, we have introduced MBA in Digital Transformation. Together with Business Analytics and Digital Transformation, we strongly believe it would provide ample opportunity to the students of Center of Excellence to explore further in data science and digital transformation domains. With the support and guidance of the Honorable Chancellor, Sri Amrish Bhai Patel, along with guiding presence of distinguished mentors and the insightful inputs from the Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramesh Bhatt and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Sharit Maheshkar, ready support from beloved Registrar Dr. Meena Chintamanini, I am quite confident that Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science will scale further heights in the years to come. Also, I would like to acknowledge the effort of all the people involved in conducting this Convocation 2021 for Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science successfully. On behalf of the school, I congratulate all the graduating students and wish them a humongous success in their chosen path and uphold the dignity and integrity along the way. I urge the first batch of students and further batches to continue their pursuit in search of excellence in data science domain, make us proud and stay connected. We at SVKM's NIMS, Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science, strongly believe that each of you are the future of data scientists and urge to define the future of data science by your worthwhile contribution. Congratulations once again to the first batch of Center of Excellence Analytics and Data Science for successfully graduating the 2-year PGDM Business Analytics program. Needless to say, you are all always welcome, and rest assured we shall always be there for you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for sharing broad overview of analytics and data science and the history of Center of Excellence in MIMS Mumbai. Now requesting our Associate Dean of Center of Excellence, Analytics and Data Science, respected Dr. Anuja Agarwal, to present the postgraduate diploma in management degree in the field of business analytics to the class of 2019-2021 who have registered for this convocation and are present today.
Nominee of the Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, I present before you the students of batch 2019 who have been declared to have passed the postgraduate diploma in management in business analytics, the batch of 2019-21, total 91 students. Suruchi Agarwal, Manish Agarwal, Suvrat Agarwal, Divya Madan Gopal Agarwal, Shagun Agarwal, Kushagra Jitendra Ahuja, Anish Bagga, Anushka Bajpayee, Akshat Bakaya, Soumya Barla, Ayushi Atul Bhandari, Prachi Bhatia, Nishita Challa, Siddharth Chakraj, Gaurav Chaudhary, Shubham Chaudhary, Rajat Chawla, Nagarjun Chidarla, Aditi Shailesh Deodhar, Malhar Anish Desai, Sukhda Sunil Deshpande, Tanya Dwivedi, Karthik G, Sandeepan Ghosal, Ayush Goyal, Akanksha Goyal, Gaurang Ritesh Gulati, Himanshu Gupta, Kanika Gupta, Milind Gupta, Rachel Gupta, Rajat Gupta, Suyash Gupta, Manideep Haddunuri, Pashang Rayoman Irani, Seemakshi Pramod Jain, Sneha Jaju, Shubham Jha, Nirupam Joshi, Priyanka Vijay Kalgutkar, Shahrukh Khan Mohammad Ali Path, Utkarsh Khandelwal, Palak Khanna, Muskan Khatri, Vaishnavi Kulshresht, Deepak Kumar, Yash Manoj Lakdawala, Kalpeet Sanjay Lunawat, Shri Varsha Maderla, Megha Malhotra, Astha Malik, Shri Lakshmi Mohan, Ruchi Ramya Mohanty, Samruddhi Sunil Nayak, Karthik Narayan, Madhuresh Pandey, Himani Divyesh Patel, Romit Ratnakar Pednekar, Yash Piplani, Shalaka Parag Pokli, Kaustup Prasad, Abhijit Avinash Rana, Arshraj S. Randhawa, Varnika Rawat, Ankita S., Manika Sankla, Abhilash Sarangi, Preksha Peenal Shah, Kavya Sharma, Makshi Sharma, Nidhi Sharma, Snigdha Shukla, Akash Singh, Subhadeep Sinha, Jonnalageda Sitaram, Aditya Solanki, Palash Srivastav, Vishakha Telang, Ishita Tiwari, Simran Ajit Thadani, Vivek Prakash Tiwari, Yashasvi Tiwari, Keshav Tripathi, Hima Kiran V, Vishal Verma, Gunjan Vijay, Vedant Vyas, Akanksha Vadvani, Harsh Yadav, Akshay Yogesh Modi, Yash Jain. I congratulate all of you, the graduating batch of 2019-21, and I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Namaskar. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now moving on to the much awaited awards, the rank holders, which shall be facilitated by our respected director, Dr. Sridhar Vaidyanathan.
I take immense pleasure to announce the rank holders of PGDM Business Analytics batch of 2019-21. Samruti Sunil Naik, first rank. Simakshi Pramod Jain, second rank. And Pashang Rayomant Irani, third rank. Congratulations to the rank holders for the patience and dedication shown towards the studies.
Next, we have the meritorious students of first year, which shall be facilitated by our respected director, Dr. Sridhar Vaidyanathan.
I take immense pleasure to announce the director's meritorious students of PGDM Business Analytics first year batch of 2019-21. Pashang Rayamant Irani, Samruti Sunil Naik, Nagarjuna Chidarala, Simakshi Pramod Jain, Asta Malik, Snigdha Shukla, Nirupam Joshi, Soumya Barla, Rajat Chawla, and Varnika Rawat. Congratulations for the meritorious performance.
And now we have the meritorious students of second year, which shall be facilitated by our respected director, Dr. Sridhar Vaidyanathan.
It's my immense pleasure to announce Director's Meritorious List of PGDM Business Analytics batch of 2019-21. Varnika Rawat, Aditi Diodar, Shubhadeep Sinha, Shubham Jha, Samruti Naik, Soumya Barla, V. Hima Kiran, Shugda Deshpande, Simran Tadani, Simakshi Jain, Rajat Chawla, and Vedant Vyas. Congratulations for the meritorious performance.
Thank you, sir, and heartiest congratulations to all the recipients of awards.
Nominee of the Honorable Chancellor and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, I present to you the batch of 2019-21 students who have been declared to have passed the PGDM in Business Analytics. The total number of students who have passed PGDM in Business Analytics is 91. Thank you.
Now, we would request our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Sharad Maheskar to grace the stage for undertaking the oath. I request all the students to place their right hand on the opposite shoulder for the oath. Also, students, we request you to say "I" once the degrees are conferred to the graduating students by the nominee of the Honorable Chancellor.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Management, SVKM's NMIMS, as Pro Vice Chancellor, I hereby declare all of you who are present and those who are permitted to remain absent are admitted to their respective degrees. I hereby charge you to uphold the dignity and the value of the degree awarded to you by this university in your life and profession. I request Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, nominee of the Honorable Chancellor, SVKM's NMIMS, to confer the degrees.
I confer the degrees on you.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Meena Chintamanini, our registrar, to present the register of the successful graduates to the nominee of the Honorable Chancellor for the signature. Thank you, sir. Now, it is a great honor to us to introduce and welcome our chief guest for today, Shri Omkar Phadnis, who is the Managing Director of ACCENTURE Operations. Mr. Phadnis has spent last 8 years of building data, analytics, and AI-driven businesses and identifying use cases in artificial intelligence in operations for multiple global clients. Previously, he had spent more than 8 years in ACCENTURE strategies and consulting businesses in order to drive businesses transformation programs.
Being a passionate teacher and mentor, Mr. Phadnis is also visiting faculty for last 9 years at Jamnalal Bajaj and guest speaker at multiple management institutes. Before being a valuable part of ACCENTURE, Mr. Phadnis was also associated with and provided his useful contribution to Larsen & Toubro. He has completed his graduation in mechanical engineering and master's in management studies from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies.
Sir, we would like you to have address the badge and the statement.
First of all, I would like to thank the management of NMIMS, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Dr. Sharad Maiskar, Dr. Sridhar, Dr. Meena, and all the faculty members who welcomed me, provided really good hospitality and warm welcome to this wonderful institution. I'm really glad to be here. Now, I want to address my dear students and their parents, and first of all, congratulate them on this momentous occasion when the students are ready to step into the future after passing through this great institution. Before I get into my address and some of the thoughts that I have to share with you today, I would like to share a few more things about my firm Accenture. I'm very thankful to the gracious introduction that has been given to me before, but my introduction is not nearly complete before I talk about Accenture and the role Accenture has played in my life as a professional. For the last 16 and a half years, I have had the good fortune and the opportunity to work for this wonderful global firm called Accenture. Accenture is at the forefront of using data, AI, insights, analytics, and other technologies to practical use to drive transformations at global companies. And not only global companies, but contribute a lot to the communities, and that has been seen immensely during the pandemic especially. And I've had the good fortune of playing a small role in that journey as part of Accenture. Everything that I've learned is based on the experience I've got working with global clients, working with various communities, working with student bodies, through the last many years as Accenture. So I hope some of you get a chance to work for Accenture and be associated with Accenture in future. Dr. Ramesh Bhatt mentioned that we live in extraordinary times, and he referred to the pandemic. I would contend that even without the pandemic, we live in extraordinary times. And that is because the pace of change that the business environment has undergone has been tremendous. That pace of change in the business environment has led to business models being disrupted. It has led to significant changes in consumer behavior, consumer preferences, customer expectations, client expectations. It has got extremely competitive. Even when I stepped into the industry more than 2 decades ago after my engineering, it was not so. It was much less competitive, much less dynamic. It was more static. For the first 10 years of my career, we could focus on certain domain areas and domain skills and not worry too much about market dynamics. Last 10 to 12 years has been extremely significant in terms of what has happened in the industry. And all of you who are passing out today are stepping into a world which is fast changing, very dynamic, and like Dr. Ramesh Bhatt said, extraordinary. And this has happened because of a few things. And the couple of things that I will single out for our address today are, one is technology, other is data. The pace at which technology has continued to evolve and change and create new opportunities, new art of possible situations has been tremendous. The kind of advantage that a lot of companies have taken, the world has taken of this emerging technology is great, is fascinating. It's a fascinating study in itself. Also creates threats as well as opportunities. The second thing, which is related to technology but associates with technology, is data. And the kind of data that we have today, it's not even big data, it's beyond big data, right? The data that we have today on everything that we do. I'm talking here today, I'm interacting with someone, I'm traveling from point A to point B using one of the taxis, some sort of data is getting captured. And that data is being used for various purposes, hopefully all good purposes. And there are a lot of regulations and rules coming in to ensure that that data doesn't get used against you, against your country, against individuals. And that change, that possibility that the data creates and the change that the data has brought in, along with the technology to harness that data is huge. And that's the kind of world that you are stepping into. When I came in earlier today, we spent really good time catching up with the faculty, with the management, and really brainstorming on how this institute can do even more for its students. What kind of programs it can take up, what kind of ideas it can really implement to make students even more relevant in this world. And I was delighted, sir, to see the kind of hunger and kind of curiosity that the faculty had to do even more for the students, and it augurs really well for this institution and for the NMIMS students going forward. And I really congratulate this institute to have the vision of creating a program like this, which brings together elements that are enabling the students for the future. And it's really great. Heartiest congratulations on that. So with that background, what I thought I will do today is use some of the experience I've had, some of the good fortune I've had for working for global companies, for some great leaders in the industry, and identify and talk about 7 learnings and 7 things that I think will be beneficial for you going forward in your careers. The first of them is the title of that observation or that concept that I have given it is cross-section leaders. We really want you to be cross-section leaders. And what is cross-section leaders? I think that going forward in future, leaders and people like you who are at the cross-section of 4 things are going to matter the most. The first of those 4 things is business. The business skills around specific industries, specific functions, enterprises, client management skills, process skills, transformation skills, all those kind of skills are part of the first thing that I mentioned, which is business. The second is, of course, leadership skills. Your ability to influence the community, other people, your ability to lead the teams, your ability to create something new, have the vision to create something new, and have the audacity and the boldness to go for it. Your leadership skills will matter a lot. The third is technology skills. In Accenture, we give a lot of importance to what we call as technology quotient. And gone are the days, when you could get away by saying, I'm not very technology savvy. It doesn't work anymore. For you to succeed as a leader in the business, you have to be technology savvy. You have to have a very high technology quotient, and there is no alternative to that. So as students, as leaders of the future, you have to be curious about technology. You have to have the knowledge of different technologies in the world, and you have to have an eye on what is emerging out there. And then the fourth thing that I will quote is the ability to handle and get value out of data. And that could be through AI, through analytics, through advanced analytics, through, what have you. But your ability to be able to play with data, to understand what that data can do in a very safe and legal way, and create value for your company, for your customers, for the end consumers, I think is going to be huge. So if you are a leader who is comfortable with all these four aspects and who is at the cross-section, like I said, cross-section leaders, who is at the cross-section of these four, are going to have a lot of demand in future. Next 2 or 3 decades, I definitely see these kind of people succeed and become huge business leaders in our world. So I hope many of you are going to make that, change and be those cross-section leaders. The second point that I would like to take is what I call as the T model of careers. I'm sure you've heard it before. This is one of the things that one of my mentors told me about very early in my career. This is all about shaping your career like a capital T. If you can imagine capital T, it has a horizontal bar and it has a vertical bar. The horizontal bar represents that in your career, you need to have enough breadth. You need to know about enough concepts. You need to know about enough areas. Your ability to be able to go into any new area and understand that area and address that area or work in that area is an important one. So the breadth that you bring in your career is important. Even more important, perhaps, is the vertical bar of the capital T. And that vertical bar represents a core domain skill, an area where you can stand on your own, an area which you can call yourself to be an expert. You have to have at least 1 or 2 of those areas in your career, apart from the breadth that you bring to your career and to your roles. Now, in my experience, when you start your career, like many of you are doing right now, the first few years are spent on the vertical bar, creating your depth, your credibility, your area. Select that area which you have passion for. It could be, in my case, it was supply chain and procurement and project management. And, I spent almost 10 years, the first 10 years of my Accenture career were spent in focusing on just these areas, working for global clients, Indian clients, in driving transformation in these areas. And after I created some sort of credibility in this area, and I had some sort of success in this area, then I started expanding myself into other areas. Over the last 10, 11 years after I moved out of the specific domain, I worked for all the domains that you can name, finance, HR, operations, technology, overall transformation, digital transformation, AI, analytics, everything. But the ability to do that breadth, was given to me, and the confidence that I can handle all this breadth was given to me by the work that I did in the first 10 years, which was on the specific domain, which is the vertical T. So your career needs to represent that T, and you have to consciously develop a career like that. The third thing that I will point out is the importance of conceptual clarity. Even after passing out of my MBA, after 16 years of passing out of my MBA institute, I still struggle with some concepts. And I go back to my professors, I go back to my students, I go back to the textbooks and try to figure out what that concept means. Every now and then I come across some new concepts, and I have the curiosity to go and figure out what that concept is. And I think when you are doing your MBA or when you're passing out right now, you are still in touch with your institution, this is the best time for you to ensure that your concepts are in place. If your concepts are great, if your concepts are robust, then applying those concepts to real business problems is going to be that much easier. When I interact with students, when I interview for roles in my team, one of the key things that I look for is, does the person have conceptual clarity? And that will always help you in your life. Now, the first three things that I spoke about were about you, right? How do you shape yourself as an individual, as a professional? The next three things that I'm going to talk about are related to how do you shape your role? What do you actually do when you go into the companies that you are going to go into? The fourth thing, or the first thing in that segment, is something that our CEO tells us all the time, Mr. Manish Sharma, who heads globally the Accenture operations business. And he keeps telling us, whenever we go to him with some new idea, some new innovation, he keeps telling us, don't do science projects. You are not in the business to do science projects. If you remember, when we used to be in school, we used to go to laboratory, classes, and we used to get to do these fantastic experiments, some chemistry experiments, some physics experiments, and then when we used to come out of the class, we would have probably forgotten it, right? Innovation does not happen in a laboratory. And anything that you can call as innovation cannot be limited to an experiment. So he always tells us, and I am going to tell this to you today through this opportunity, that whatever you do as part of your careers, whatever you do with the data science, analytics, management skills that you have picked up in this institute, use it for doing something which has real business value, not because it is cool to do. A lot of people end up trying to do something cool. It doesn't matter. Right? What you need to do has got to have significant business value. It has got to have a lot of scalability. It has got to have a lot of technical feasibility and implementation feasibility. It has got to matter to your clients. It has got to matter to the community at large. And anything that you decide to do, it could be a simple experiment around taking data, of a particular process and trying to create a predictive model. You create a predictive model for that process if you think that the process is going to be disrupted for better. Don't create it because you want to create something cool. I think that's the fourth thing. The fifth thing, that I would like to share is, this thing that you've learned at this institute around data science, AI, analytics. Don't let it become the proverbial hammer searching for a nail, right? I've seen a lot of people who get over-specialized, and then they start looking at their specialization as the only solution to every problem in the world. And that usually creates more problems than solutions. When, as a business leader, you are going to be in the industry, you are going to work for your companies, look at any process, look at any business situation holistically. Take a big picture approach, take a holistic approach, try to understand what is the buyer value, try to define what is the problem that you are trying to solve, try to define what is the outcome you are going to get. Don't worry about whether it is going to be solved by data science or AI or blockchain or any such fancy and latest trend and technique, right? Once you understood what you are addressing as a leader, then you start figuring out what are the options to solve it. And those options will then present themselves. You have to evaluate those options based on ease of implementation, cost of doing implementation, the long-term perspective of how that implementation can be sustained, so on and so forth. Now, if one of the options is data science, great. If one of the options is analytics and data, great. In most probability, it will be, but don't assume that it will be, and try to solve everything using data science angle. I think that's point number 5. Point number 6 is about your role and about how you conduct yourself in your careers, but it's also about you. And this is also incidentally something that we discussed during the earlier brainstorming that we did with the faculty. The importance of keeping yourself relevant. In business, in careers, and careers tend to be long. Don't look at your careers as 2-year careers, 4-year careers. Don't look at your jobs as 1-year, 2-year jobs. It doesn't work. Your careers are going to be 20, 25, 30, 35 years long. Even if you change the company that you work for, your career is still years. So the responsibility of keeping yourself relevant is only yours, not your institutes, not your companies, not your friends, not your parents. Right? And what does that mean? What does being relevant mean? You've been through the 2 years of this program. You've already taken the first step of making yourself relevant to the future with the skills that this program offers. But that's just the start of it. It's not the end of it. As you get into your companies, you will figure out what is relevant for your company. You will figure out what is relevant for your industry. And that pursuit of relevance will never end. It hasn't ended for me, it will not end for you. So constantly you need to keep asking yourself, what else do I need to do to be relevant? To be relevant to the community around me, to be relevant to the company around me. And then, take those efforts, take those skills, take efforts to learn, take efforts to go and ask, take efforts to research yourself and become relevant. Take initiative and ask for something that people are not offering you, but it is the right thing for you. And, over the last 2 decades of my opportunities that I got to be in different companies as part of Accenture as well as before that, I've seen a lot of roles, a lot of skills become redundant. And unfortunately, I have seen a lot of people not wake up to it in time and hence lose out and fall back. And I wish and I hope that you do not do that mistake in your own careers. And especially going forward, looking at the pace of change that we are encountering, it is going to be even more critical that you keep yourself relevant all the time. Now, the last thing amongst the 7 items that I promised I'll tell you, the last thing comes back to you, right? What I call as authentic you. Anything that you do in your career, in your role, for your clients, for the customers, for the community at large, always bring the authentic you to the table. You have to be always authentic. Don't try to get into the stereotype which people tell you succeeds in a particular situation. The authentic you is the only you that will succeed. The authentic you, the values that were spoken during the earlier address, the integrity, all the values of innovation, of culture, you got to imbibe that, but then also bring out the authentic you, right? As part of that, one of the things that I'll also tell you and request you that do not forget the people ever who were responsible for helping you get here over the years. It means your parents, it means your teacher, your faculty, your colleagues, your friends, and as you get into your companies, you will find a lot of mentors. Do not forget those mentors. Be always grateful. Take care of your parents because careers will end at some point of time, but these relationships will continue. And I'm in touch with so many of my teachers and mentors, although I don't work with them directly anymore. But I cherish their contributions and their blessings to me even more every day because I can see that whatever I have been able to do is because of them. Also, do something to give back to the community, to give back to the country, right? In my own small way, I spend my weekends teaching students, mentoring students. That's one of the ways that you could take, and there are multiple other ways that you can give back to the community, give back to the next generations that follow you. In Accenture, we have certain core values that we all live by, and one of the core values that is my favorite is called stewardship. Stewardship is about caring about others. Is about you as someone who can contribute to the next generation, to the colleagues and to the friends and to the community around you. So those were the 7 things, and hopefully those made sense. I hope that you will remember some of them and you will imbibe some of them in your thinking, in your mindset, in your behavior. In the end, I want to share a quote that I came across very recently. It's a quote that I liked a lot. I related to it a lot. And I suppose I have benefit of having gone through 2 decades of active professional career to realize the relevance of this quote. Let me read the quote and then I'll share a couple of thoughts around it in conclusion. The quote goes something like this. It's a quote by an ancient Greek philosopher, and it goes something like this. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. Or, to be precise, he or she is not the same person. Right? So your life and your career needs to be like a flowing river. right? When a river flows, it enriches everything around it, right? You as a person, you as an individual, you as a professional needs to have that mindset that you will enrich everyone around you positively. A river never stops flowing. And that goes back to the relevance point. You know, your relevance you can't be static about your relevance. You can't be static about your own contributions. You need to keep flowing as a professional. And as a person, as a human being, you will keep changing with every experience. There will be people who you will come across. There will be good and bad experiences that you will get. Just ensure that through those experiences, through those associations, you change for the better and not for the worse. And that's all we as mentors, we as faculty members ask of you. With that, let me thank you again. Let me congratulate on this momentous milestone and the journey that you are going to have going forward. If you at all come across me in your professional career, either in Accenture or otherwise, do come up and talk to me. Do not hesitate to just come up and say hello. And I would love to know you personally and know you better. This digital forum doesn't allow us that opportunity, but I would love to talk to some of you, in future. With that, be safe and secure, and all the best for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful and inspiring words to all our attendees present today and sharing some droplets from a vast knowledge pool. May I now request Dr. Sharad Maishkar, Pro Vice Chancellor of and SVKM and MIMS deemed to be university, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Chief guest for the convocation of the Center of Excellence in Business Analytics, Mr. Omkar Phadnis, MD, Accenture, Operations. Nominee of the Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Vice Chancellor in MIMS. Members of the Managing Committee, Trustees, Senior Functionaries of SVKM, Dr. Sridhar Vaidyanathan, Director COE Analytics, PVC NMIMS Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Control of Examinations Sri Ashish Apte, Deans, Heads of the institutions, faculty colleagues, graduating students, proud parents, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks for the convocation ceremony of the Center of Excellence in Analytics. This ceremony marks a new phase in the lives of graduating students. I am sure that the words of our chief guest to remain professionally active in this world of data analytics will be engraved in the minds of the students forever, especially coming from a renowned practitioner. Thank you, Mr. Phadnis, for addressing the graduating students and motivating them. We at NMIMS are also thankful to the nominee of the Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Bhatt, for gracing this occasion. The tireless efforts put in by the director, his team, the Office of the Registrar, and the COE and their teams have given a befitting grace and poise to this ceremony. I wish to acknowledge their efforts. I wish to also acknowledge the efforts of the founding director of the Center of Analytics, Amul Desai, in the success of this program and for mentoring the students. I also wish to acknowledge the contribution and presence of faculty, students, and staff in the success of this program. Before I conclude, I wish to quote Frederick Robertson, a thinker, and he said, "Instruction ends in the classroom, but education ends only with life." Unquote. This quote symbolizes the spirit with which you all graduates should embark on your career. I wish graduating students all the best in their careers. Stay safe, secure, mentally strong during these difficult times. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, we would like to invite Distinguished Registrar of NMIMS deemed to be University, Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, to take the proceedings of the event forward.
I request Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, nominee of Honorable Chancellor, SVKM's NMIMS, to declare the convocation of Center of Excellence in Analytics and Data Sciences 2021 closed.
I declare the convocation 2021 closed.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you all to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As we conclude our virtual convocation ceremony, I wish to thank all of us for joining here, and we offer heartfelt congratulations to each member of graduating class. The class of 2021 has given us all a special reason to hope in meeting the historic challenges of the past year. You have demonstrated exemplary courage, determination, and optimism. These are the qualities of leadership that we need in a society, now more than ever. We are also proud to count you among the community of alumni of SVKM and MIMS.
We hope we will see you often in the years to come, and I invite you to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know that you will make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Wishing you all the best and stay safe.
Now I request the academic procession to recede and all to keep standing till the academic procession recedes.